I further invite everyone here to look upon the nearest wine stalker, Moscovich, and watch how their face slowly changes as they realize they willingly handed the family cynic a microphone, an audience, and a forum. It was at Winnipeg Beach, at the Moscovich family cottage, that Bailey and Noah broke the news that they were engaged. Upon hearing this, the parents screamed and began a primitive-sounding chant of Macha Tootsie, Macha. No, it wasn't like that. It was Macha Tootsie, and this confused me deeply. I was worried. I had seen something similar in Roman Polanski's 1962 horror movie, Rosemary's Baby, in which a satanic cult plants the seed of a devil in an unsuspecting mother. I feared for my sister. I asked my mother what this chanting was, and I was informed that Mahatutsi roughly translates to in-laws. They were chanting in excitement that they were no longer just friends, they were now family. Rather than quelling my fear from this, I understood they were chanting, one of us, one of us. And my fear increased tenfold. Now, should any of you think that I'm drawing inappropriate comparisons, I must point out that horror movies are very important to Bailey and I. We bond over them, absolutely. Bailey will tell you that one of her personal skills, which she is most confident in, is acting the horror trope of a demon-possessed blonde girl. Her confidence in this skill makes her a shockingly harsh critic. And the two of us have spent embarrassing amount of times and breath judging on-screen spooky music boxes, exorcisms, and decisions to split up to cover more ground. Furthermore, I don't believe it is possible to grow up in a Jewish home and not draw some life comparisons to the horror genre. The Mahatutsi cheer died down and gave way to excited questioning of where, when, and how the proposal occurred. Kylie and I had earlier that day got a cake inscribed with, "Is it Boa or Nayli?" It was brought out. Only then did the fact that Bailey was going to be married really sink in, and my thoughts started racing. In the 1931 edition of Frankenstein, the Modern Prometheus, Mary Shelley describes the day Victor Frankenstein learned his parents were adopting a child. On the evening previous to her being brought to my home, my mother said playfully, "I have a present for my Victor. Tomorrow he will have it." And when on the morrow she presented Elizabeth to me as her promised gift, I, with childish seriousness, interpreted her words literally and looked upon Elizabeth as mine to protect, love, and cherish. I've always adored that passage, as to me it seemed to reach out from all those ages ago and describe my very first memory, which is of adopting Bailey. A sister for me to protect, love, and cherish. And ever since, Bailey has been there for me, as a friend, as a foe, as a companion. Still in 2018, people are fascinated with the seeming novelty of adoption and are curious about our situation, its impact, but they're understandably uncomfortable with asking. So I will tell you. Bailey and I have always known we were adopted. Our parents went to extraordinary lengths to make sure we had a full understanding of what that word meant. It gave us a unique appreciation for our parents, who we not only knew loved us more than anything else in the whole world, but in the back of our minds, we always felt as though they had saved us. Being adopted children has given us some unique experiences and memories which few others have. We have often looked at other people's family photos and felt the familial blood relations they shared made them all look like the children of the corn. Bailey and I have also considered the fact that it is possible that Noah and Daniel are secretly clones. Years back, we went on a family cruise with our parents, and twice did Bailey and I have to explain to people, no, we're not newlyweds, we're brother and sister. Yes, we know we don't look alike, it's really weird, hey? Twice we had to explain that to people before we realized we could use it to get free drinks. I've always felt that Bailey and I were always in whatever we were in together. To all of you who today have accepted Bailey warmly, sincerely into your family, you should know that from this day forward, if you ever need someone who will tell you precisely what you want to hear, someone who is sympathetic, gentle, and understanding, let me tell you, keep looking. One of my earliest memories is playing with baby Bailey and saying, "Mom, I love Bailey." And my mother looking back at me with foresight like Nostradamus and saying, "Wait until she talks." Fortunately, we had a long time to wait until that day came. But once she could speak, all quickly realized that she wasn't saying what they wanted to hear. No, Bailey was, and does, tell you exactly what you need to hear, with the art of a sledgehammer and the delicacy of a giant Japanese atomic lizard. I'm going to share something about myself. I go, unfortunately, through bouts of deep reclusion where I feel guilty if I go out because there are so many other things I should be doing, but I'm not doing them, and therefore I just don't do anything. A few months ago, I described this to Bailey, to which she spent a second thinking and then replied, "Well, that's stupid." Slightly shocked but not at all surprised, I replied, "I know, Bailey, but whoa. So you know it's stupid, and you're still doing it. How's that working for you?" "Not good?" "Exactly. You need to get out of the house. Be downtown at 6. I got us tickets to the Jets game." Click. Psst. And I can't return them. I don't remember if we won or lost that game, but it was one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me, and I will never forget it. Years ago, I know you'd never guessed this by the way I have dressed myself today, but years ago I was quite a goth. And in the height of this goth phase, my parents called Bailey from her room and they wanted a third opinion on what they believed was my inappropriate attire. "Bailey, are you okay being seen with your brother like this?" "Hell no," Bailey replies. "He hasn't done his eyeshadow yet." As the boa or naily cake was being served, I selfishly thought of these and many other instances. I wondered how this would change our relationship, how it would affect our bond. Would you still come to me for help? Could I still come to you? Would we have time anymore to marathon horror movies and episodes of Murdoch Mysteries? We're so cool. Would we ever smoke hookah and accidentally maybe drop a red hot coal in the basement on the carpet right in front of the kitchen, setting it aflame and turning it into a 1-foot squared portion of molten polyester? Sorry, Mom. Would we ever have to scramble to cut small pieces from the back of densely packed closets to patch it up with, just in time before Mom and Dad got home? Would my girlfriend ever hear of such a story and end up doing the exact same thing in the middle of her mother's living room? Who knows? Surely not I. In any case, while everyone joyously celebrated, the engagement. I didn't. And I know that's shocking to say at a wedding, but I cannot describe the fear I felt that this was the first step in me losing my sister. I need Steven's glass of water. I took this to Bailey and I told her how I felt. Don't look at me, look away. Yesterday at dinner I told Bailey how much I love her and how much she means to me. I told her that while reminiscing and figuring out what I was going to share in this, that I have laughed and I have cried. I told her that I was scared she no longer needed me to love, protect, and cherish her. And I choked back tears the whole time. Bailey, without even turning to look at me, said, "Well, that's stupid." Of course, I still need you, bro. I have yet to make a Dracula reference, so I'll do it now. Even if you don't drink wine. I'd like to propose a toast to the bride, to my sister. At some point in Dad's speech, he described you as an enigma. Some of you may have heard that. No truer statement there ever was. Bailey, all I can say is to your past, to your present, and to your future with Noah, I love you.